Thank y'all for tuning to another episode of Ancient Divinations, where we blaze one for the nations. Happy Easter. If you celebrate Easter. One thing I do want to point out is it's always funny how Ramadan ends maybe a week or so before, week or two weeks, 3 weeks before Easter celebration. So it only makes sense that everybody, really everybody's doing the same stuff, when you get to Easter, this is the time to celebrate going into a new year, right? This Aries season. So that's why I say the 2 or 3 weeks difference don't really matter. You're supposed to fast at the end of the year. You fast going on into the new year, which is spring, which is between the end of March and the middle of April. It's Aries season. So that's the biggest important part about the season that we're going into now. So that's the main thing. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever I'm at. It's raining, and so people, they're still gonna have a nice Easter, but it is raining out here. And a Ten of Swords jumped out here. Wanted to be known. Ten of Swords, sudden loss of employment, practicality, changes of fortune, inventions, discoveries, painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, reversed, recovery, regeneration. So painful endings. So that's good. Going into a new season, it's a new year. On the astrology side, it's a new year going into that. And then some painful endings happening. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. You got some incoming communication coming in as well. Twice in the same week, I had a bird come land on my mirror. There's a bird right next to me right now, which reminded me to let y'all know that incoming communication is coming. The first time I had the window down, the bird just came landing on there. And, or if it's not incoming communication, you got a monitoring spirit. You got a monitoring spirit coming in here to say, to watch you. Someone's watching you. Someone's either watching you or they got some information coming for you. You got some good news all around, just like this Ten of Swords here. The change in practicality. So this change in practicality is going to mean, this change in practicality, you're going to move around. I see one of my co-workers found another job. So this is going to happen for all of us. Like, we're making some changes. We're making some moves. People are getting into relationships and people are getting out of relationships happening right now. Which is cool. You got a lot of communication coming in about a lot of different stuff. So that's cool. That's cool. Ten of Swords. The completion is over. It's like someone's fed up. I'm ready now. I gotta say it. I gotta do it. It's like, I'm gonna tell this person something, Libra, see, which makes sense. Libra is a communicative sign as well. So Libra, because it's time, right? The scales, because it's time. It's the balancing of life. You know what I mean? Because it's also going to help your harmony. You being vocal, you saying something, or someone being vocal towards you or saying something to you is going to help their harmony. And that's the biggest thing I'm getting from that right now. This Libra, the sign of partnership and marriage. So it could be a lot of that, a lot of communication coming in here. relationship wise as well. Four of Cups. Four of Cups is an increase in family card. You know what I'm saying? Resourcefulness. Feelings of discouragement, apathy. A little bit of lack of motivation here. It's not a real like movement card, but it's only because of discontent, the lack of motivation, discontent. That's probably what's happening here. When you're unable to find joy or passion, you know, we're designed to seek out the root cause of that, and that's part of life anyway, to seek out the root cause of this discomfort and dissatisfaction, so that you can get the comfort and satisfaction. So that might involve some communication, that might involve some moving around, some doing things, some making some plans and stuff like that. But very important, very important. And this is how we're going to use, you know, Libra being here. Anubis always has the Libra scale with Anubis, and this is how we're going to lead this channel going forward, with understanding how this ties in. This right here is your preparation before you enter into the afterlife, right? That's what Anubis is going to come down and prep the body. This is your preparation, the tarot, the preparation of the soul before you go to the weighing of the heart ceremony. You see what I'm saying? Which I've been to several times. So we got the number 2 come out here, numerology number 2, which means I connect. The number 2 is a connecting number. Whether it's a friendship, you know, it takes two, baby. It takes two to make a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? It takes two. It takes two to make a thing go right. You know, so this communication about a relationship, somebody that like you, it's the time right now to come together with each other. It's the time right now to figure out who, you know, what partner is suitable. What you know, I think two people, not even just what's suitable, but I think two people have seen each other and met each other and feel the kindred spirit of each other. And they're going to go towards that and pursue that and create something out of that. And then we got the 4 of Swords. You know, this is someone breaking free, you know. They got remorse for their past actions. You know what I'm saying? They ready for rest, relaxation, meditation. You know, this is a card of not really moving anywhere, but sitting with this, maybe the 4 of Cups as well, right? So we got the 4 of Swords, and then we also sitting with the 4 of Cups. So this is a person sitting with these 4 of Cups here. There's a Scorpio that then came out here as well with this 4 of Swords. It's really the fall before the storm, or the rest, taking that rest before you take on the next challenge. I don't know if that was an orb or a lint, but I hope you seen that in the video. Rewind it. But if it's an orb, it means I'm hitting on it. That means it's about to get interesting. Resentment. Somebody is so mad about where they're coming from. They're going towards something, but they are highly upset about where they're coming from. I mean, it's almost to the point of, I shouldn't have even been there at all in the first place. I've been there a long time, for doing this for a long time, lying to myself about the situation this whole time, and I should have known, being that the situation is the situation, I should have known that this wasn't going to change or turn into anything that I wanted it to turn into. I've been here too long, not pursuing or moving forward or trying to do something better in life with myself, with my love, with my knowledge, with my skills, with my career path. I've been here too long and have not moved forward by my own doing. And now I'm taking on that challenge to move forward, but I'm highly upset about it. This person's highly upset about where they're coming from. Saturn. They're ready to expand now. They fed up. Not even just upset, but fed up. You know what I mean? Yeah. They've taken a lot of attacks. They've been on the defense for years defending this. Taking criticism, all type of stuff, just for this situation to be what it really was in the first place. This was never the situation. You know? This was never where this person was supposed to be. This person been doing this, defending this, trying to make it, trying to, they say I don't bend nor break. This person tried to bend the situation into being what they were lying to themselves. They was delusional. They lied to themselves. That's the worst kind of lie. Is the one you do to yourself hurt more than anybody. Any lie you could ever tell on somebody else's, any lie you could ever project outward, can't even shake a stick to the lie that you project inward. The Emperor. See, is another Scorpio done jumped out here. Some people call the Emperor the Aries, but different tarot decks. We'll get into that some other video. Affirmation, negations, discussion, seduction, command, progress, success, mercy, realizations, practicality, concrete fruitfulness, material gains. Like, this is everything. When you think about where this person thinks about where they're coming from, they missing all of this. See, this is a person who's standing in a upright and saying, no. Now I know my worth and I deserve the best things in life, because I'm the type of person who gonna go get the best things in life for one. So why wouldn't I expect to be with someone who's uplifting and elevating and we both trying to go get the best things in life? No, you don't want to be with somebody dragging you down, someone being a drag. No, we don't want that. You want to be evenly yoked. You Red Robin. You doing things similar to a person do things. If you're a career person, they a career person. You work a job, they work a job. You go to the gym, they go to the gym. It's especially for the uplifting stuff. I'm not talking about you do cocaine, they don't do cocaine. Maybe God putting that person in your life so you can stop doing cocaine. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the uplifting, the positive, right? You know what the uplifting and the positive is without anybody telling you. That's how I know people are already born with knowing right from wrong. It's inside you. You just choose to listen to it or not. But you're born with it. You're born with it. What a wonderful resurrection reading. As a matter of fact, okay. Because Easter's supposed to be the resurrection. See, you almost died. You're supposed to almost die while you fasting. That's your time to, really, like, when you really go back and look at it, that whole Ramadan, that time period before we cultivated into modern day, they was going through their ceremonies, their death and rebirth. That's what the Easter's about, the rebirth, the Christ in all of us, right? You was on, you know what I'm saying? Like this whole time was an ayahuasca journey. You know what I'm saying? It's really what you was supposed to be doing. That's how you become Pharaoh. That's really what you're supposed to been doing. This whole time been cleansing the spirit. This whole time been sitting down with the shamans. This last 4 or 5 weeks been sitting down. The shamans been putting. That's why everybody was found with drugs in their system. You know that, right? They was all found with, because they was using like that's why a lot of these hallucinogens and stuff still important today. You know what I'm saying? Like marijuana and stuff like that. We just using it wrong. You're supposed to not smoke marijuana, but put marijuana in a smoker. It's supposed to fill the tent. You're supposed to be on your ayahuasca. You're supposed to be inhaling the secondhand smoke of marijuana, not the first hand. you putting it in something and smoking it straight to your body. No, you're supposed to get it from the air. It's supposed to mix in and blend with the air. And this is a whole ayahuasca journey. You sweating. You sweating. You know, we got the heat room and the coals, and they sitting in there and they hallucinating and they throwing up and they going in, they having convulsions, and that's what this whole time has supposed to been. You ever been on an ayahuasca journey? I have not, but I've watched videos on it, and I'm gonna tell you now that that's what this journey has, this ending of the year, that's what it's supposed to have been. You crossing over spiritually, you know, into the next year here, which we're about to do, to where you supposed to take on everything you learned and conquer that next year. And then the next year, again, at the end of it, where you have fallen short, we're going to do another cleanse. We're going to do another cleanse. And at some point, that's when the elders take over. And you become you've then cleansed all you can cleanse. You're supposed to be a master at it. Now you're the older person in the village sitting around telling the stories. You're the older person in the village becoming the shaman, becoming the next person to lead the people, the ones that follow you on the journey, right? On the journey. You got to cross, you got to take the journey. You know, that's why you see a lot of these movies to where they go into some other stage, some other mental plane, and then they got to take a journey, and then the movie brings them back to their presence. That's because that's how it's supposed to be. It's not accustomed nowadays on purpose. It's not, because they don't want us knowing how to conquer our spirit. They don't want us going to the weighing of the heart ceremony and our heart actually be lighter than a feather. There's a book out here too that will show you exactly how to have your heart lighter than a feather. And it's called the Book of Miracles. If I'm not quoting that wrong. The Book of Miracles. The only book I ever regret losing, because someone gave it to me that was real close to me. I think it's called the Book of Miracles. It should be the Book of Miracles, something like that. Right? I'll double back on it. But, whoo, I never forget when I picked that book up and started reading that book and really putting in my mind what the book is really talking about. The book was really talking about the law of one. That's why the year starts off in Aries, because Aries is the first sign. Aries knows, if Aries don't know anything, Aries knows Aries. Aries knows what they want. You know, Aries is very misunderstood as selfish and self-centered, but the self-centered part doesn't have to be a bad thing, because that's Aries' assignment. If you can't get with it, then Aries isn't for you. Aries is focused on Aries. Aries is going to talk about Aries. Once you start to talk about Aries, Aries is going to light up. And Aries wants to explain. And Aries wants to expand. Yes, when you start talking about yourself, Aries is going to lose attention and might get back to themselves again. But it takes a certain person to deal with that. I've dated a few Aries. I'm very good with that, being a Scorpio, because I just laugh it off. Because I know what Aries is. I just laugh it off. Great person. Great person to me. I always end up with some type of Aries. Is a wonderful person to me. If you could get past that, that's a great person for anybody. An Aries is a wonderful person. You know, they are gonna talk about themselves. You know, they're gonna dial you in. But the point of Aries talking to you, and I always known the point of even my best friends, and they confide in me. They talk about themselves. I know what they're doing. Aries don't really ask you, hey, how I'm supposed to do this. They talk about the problem. They know me, being the Scorpio, going to tell them or going to expand upon their situation. And they love that. Because I don't have to outwardly get my information. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Scorpio, I'm going to inwardly sit with it. You know what I'm saying? As well as Aries has as well. But it's great to get those other opinions like Scorpio will do as well. But we just do things differently. It's hard to break it down. It's not what we're here for. We just do things different. So we got the Emperor here. And so the point of the Emperor is dialed in on self. This is almost a person that is finally knows their self. Like, think about this. You could think about your last 5 boyfriends. Well, just like if you were a woman, right? Imagine getting to the point where you could think about your last 5 relationships and know for sure that which one you really should have been with. That's what happening. I know which partner that I've had in my life that I really should have stayed with, should not have let go, and should have pursued that and should have stayed with that. You know for sure. I know for sure. You know, and that's what's happening here. You know, went through the journey, you know, had the hallucination and got the answers, and now you're back. Now we're back. We're back. You know, that's what the stars and the planets are lining this, what the energy is doing. Like, watch those energy channels too. You know, what is April in the horoscope gonna do? What is April as far as the astrology gonna do? That's what you need to watch. I watch those because it's true. You know, when they talking about that, I got like Molly McCord. I love her channel because she'll go through what's happening in the energy right now, but how we led up to this. That's the best part. How did we lead up to this? And she'll go and tag on other years and think about what you was doing such and such 1992. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're resurrecting into, the collection of the data so far. And then you come out on this other side resurrected. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Wonderful Easter reading. A resurrection coming. A communication coming. 5 of Cups. Good fortune and love. This is two people getting together to create a source of responsibility. 5 of Cups. Sorrow over past events. I can't make this up. This person is so regretful for that last relationship, knowing the man for you was 2 relationships ago. I wish I could do it how such and we had it. That's where you should have been. Like 2 jobs ago. You should have stayed at 2 jobs ago. You know, that's where I really was thriving. I hear those conversations. Oh, I used to work there. I just had such and such at my job. Was just talking about a job. They had realized they had worked at the same job. And they were so excited. When he started to reminisce about that job, he said, man, yeah, I wish I missed that job. You know, I was actually really good at that job. It was a great, and he was talking about all the perks and how they used to go to the company dinners. And he was so excited. He said, the only problem is it's too far. I got to drive way out, but if I could go back to that, that's what this is. In the matters of work, love, where you live, and I wish I stayed back over there. I shouldn't have never sold that house. But this is, you collected the data. Now you can move forward. What a wonderful Easter reading. Death and rebirth, resurrection of the Christ, right? The Christ within all of us, the Holy Christos. The Youth of Swords, some more communication coming in. Some lighthearted communication coming in. You got somebody that you don't know, but they constantly trying to get next to you. You don't know, but they try to communicate with you. They say little things to you. Hey manager. They interested. This person's interested. This person knows what they see when they see it. They know that they know it. Then we got the hangman. Boom. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. I seen another little orb. Is that lint? Is that one of those, you know, those little white things that and people grab the wish, the little things they I don't see one, but I keep seeing that little orb the second time. Now that the martyr is out here, we call it the martyr in Egyptian tarot. We call it the apostolate in Egyptian tarot. And in the Rider-Waite, they call it the hangman. You know, it fits the story. It's so deep. We might even end it here because, you know, the hangman can't hang there forever. That's the point. That's the point about it. It's time. That's what it is. But I don't feel that movement yet. So I will say this. Do not waste time. We had the Four of Swords here. And now we've got the hangman. You're sitting in a place of knowing where you want to go, what you want to do, and you just not have made the move. Don't do that because you're going to waste time. You're either going to get right or get left. I love that saying. We got a right hand and a left hand. You're either going to get right? That's what they say. You're going to get right or can't get right. Or you're going to get left. You got to go on somewhere. Go ahead, go on, go left. Right hand path, left hand path. You can't follow both. You're going to be a good person, you're going to be a bad person. So this hangman here is perfect. You know, you might even be just, you know, I hope, you know, this person. So here's why the hangman felt. The hangman is synonymous with a Pisces energy. It's a Piscean energy. It could be very spiritual. It could be very dreamy. You know what I mean? Could be very, you know, this person just feels all of this in their heart and soul. Oh, but don't really plan on or don't know when they're gonna make the action, or don't really plan on making no action, which is sad. You need to plan on making that action. You need to have something concrete or what you're doing, or it's just a part of this person's mindset. But so the point is that what the Most High is trying to say here is that, you know, your thoughts attract things. You can't not have these thoughts. I mean, you can't not attract what you think about. It just don't work like that. So while you sitting there not trying to take no action or put no energy into what it is that you're trying to pursue, being that it's all you think about and your spirit gets that warm energy every time you think about it, or that's Kundalini. It's directly attached to your mind. It's going to flow up and down. Your mind is an antenna. So, so while you not trying to move in that direction and get what it is that you want, it's going to happen anyway, because that's all that you're attracting. That's how this works. We live in this bubble, y'all, Earth. Like, you cannot escape the rules of the law of the land. You're going to attract what you think about, because that is your mind. That is your antenna. You are connected directly to the ethers. Your antenna is connected directly to it's all liquid. This thing ain't no difference from the outside, from the inside of my shell to the outside. It all connected. You don't feel the air, but it's touching your skin. You ain't not separated from nothing. You ain't separated from nothing out here. So while your mind keeps thinking about it, you're gonna keep attracting it. Not even knowing you're attracting it to you. Not even knowing that it's right next to you. That thing been sitting right next to you this whole time, and you looking at it. Look, man, I'd get with her. They done put her desk right next to yours at work. Man, I get with her, or I'll be with him, and everything aligned, chemistry. Y'all both got a kid the same age. Wow. Y'all both kindred spirits. Wow. Y'all look good together. Wow. Y'all doing this. Y'all doing that. Wow. Y'all got this, got that. Wow. And you over here saying, nah, I ain't gonna do that because, the last time, or, it's just, eventually I'll say something, but you don't never say nothing, or, nah, you keep seeing that. You keep seeing they hiring, you're like, one day, but it's all you think about. It's what you studying, it's what you doing, it's where you going, it's where you headed. You can't escape this. What you gonna do? Ain't nothing you could do to escape this. This is coming straight to you. And it gives me a feeling in this reading that is written. See, that's another thing I say. I feel like everything has already been predestined. Yes, you have free will, but any way you use your free will has been predestined. You could go right, you could go left, but it's already been pre-written what's going to happen when you go right. Already been pre-written what's going to happen when you go left. You see what I'm saying? You got those choices you can make. But even with those choices, the Most High knew you was going to either go right or go left. Most High not going to interfere, but Most High already know, I think this is amazing. This is amazing on a Resurrection Sunday. I feel like y'all need to go ahead and untangle yourself. You can't just hang in the hangman position. I'm just trying to figure out there's nothing really you waiting on. The more you wait, then it's never going to happen for you. That's what the Most High wants you to be fulfilled. Because the reason I say it's never going to happen for you, even though you're attracted in anyway, it takes two. Like, Most High, they say faith without works is dead, right? In the scripture, faith without works is dead. That neighbor sitting right next to you is for the opportunity, but they're not going to sit there forever. All of a sudden, manager going to move their team, or they done found a new job. You got to do different things. You got to move. You got to shake. You got to go. You got to change. You got to evolve. It's the evolution. Everything evolves. Even you, as a season. You see the plants and trees about to bloom here in the Eastern Hemisphere of the United States. That's you too. You about to bloom and change. And this girl, I've been doing push-ups, and this girl said something to me. Oh, I want to get back into the gym too, and da-da-da-da-da. Because somebody said she got a little stomach, and she hit my stomach. And I said, it's just surprising what be on people's hearts. You know what I'm saying? This person, now all of a sudden, this person see me with some interest because I like to work out, and they mind, oh, they need to work out too. They've been wanting to work out. It's been on their heart, their mind, their body, and their soul, but they can't seem to do it. So however you doing it, that might help them. That might work for them. Whatever your routine is, whatever you got going on. This person was talking about the gym. They don't even know I ain't even been going to the gym. I've been doing push-ups and stuff at home. This person thinking, especially women, women want the grandiose. you want grandiose, you pick a woman who like grandiose. And you're gonna be grand. You're gonna be grand. Men don't gotta have everything. Women want it all. They want to be traveling, taking pictures in different countries with the fit body, still working a 9 to 5, and still have 100 kids. Men, we don't like too much. We like, wait a minute, well, let's do one at a time. Like 2 at a time, at least. Like, it's wild. It's very hard, but that's the place that women do play in our modern day reality, that is teaching us as men a wonderful lesson. So I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just saying, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And so that's how there's more women than men out here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? More women than men out here for a reason. I'm going to leave this message here. I thank you all for tuning into this reading here. This is your Easter reading. Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday. Happy coming out of Ramadan. I don't care what day it was y'all came out of Ramadan. There's no coincidence that these 2 seasons are directly tied to each other. Because people don't never talk about the fasting part on the Christian side. This was the same season. That's why I tell y'all, it's the same. The Christians were fasting, supposed to have been fasting as well. You know what I mean? People don't talk about that side on the Christian side. There's a lot of watered down stuff going on nowadays, even with the Easter eggs, even, you know what I'm saying, even with the Easter bunny. But just do your little bit of research all together as a collective. I don't care if you Islam, I don't care if you Christian. Most cultures was doing their fast. It probably was 30 to 45 days of fasting going on into this season right here, which brung spring in a new year. And now we're done with fasting. Spring is here, and we go on into Taurus season. That's how the calendar is supposed to go. That's what nature, and if you look outside of what they're feeding you, that's what nature and everything. That's why April Fool's is April 1st. It wasn't because foolish on you for thinking this was spring. No, it was foolish. April Fool's Day was because they fooled you. Yes, because they fooled you and moved the new year to January, and you would never know it again. Use the fool while they keep April Fool's Day for themselves and they understanding Happy New Year. While they move the New Year to January 1st, because that's for the fiscal New Year. So we celebrating. We could possibly be celebrating 2 New Years if we look at it that way. Fine. For the financial world, we celebrate the New Year January 1st, but for life, spirit, earth, we celebrate New Year April 1st. Right? The fiscal New Year for people to file their taxes, I'm sorry, not to file it. The fiscal New Year, January 1st, right? Because people have probably been filing their taxes since maybe about, whenever you get your W-2, could be September, October. Most people try to file their taxes as soon as they get it. But it could last on into the new year. Don't get that twisted. But what I'm saying is, the reason that January 1st is for the economy. That's the capitalism New Year, and we take it as our New Year. We don't have to. That's what I'm saying. We really don't have to. I understand this is a capitalistic society and everything's centered around money. That's the April Fools as well. Fooled you. Your reality, your existence, everything gonna be centered around this dollar bill, this money. This dollar bill is money. And so with that comes some confusion, because we're not worried about, we just worried about the dollars. It's hard to be focused on your spirit. It's hard to be doing anything other than working in America. Most of us are working 2 type of jobs. We don't have time. It's just people sleep in their car. between jobs because they can't go home. They got to, you know what I'm saying? They got to work 2 jobs to support a lifestyle and a family. And they, in between these jobs, they'll get to one job, sleep in the parking lot because it's starting 2 hours. So they don't have time to go all the way home. They know that they need this rest to at least get them through that shift. Why you think shit happening in these factories and stuff blowing up and stuff like that? People sleepy and tired. But now what they gonna do since robots is taking over? We still need the 2 jobs, but guess what? We're being replaced by AI and robots. So now what we gonna do? That's a part of this reading too. A lot of people are changing. A lot of people are moving into something different, going into something different, changing. I know me for sure, like even with this channel, I just got me a whole plan situated to try to get this thing to monetize, baby, because AI is coming and it's here. You know, we're being replaced. Even at my 9-to-5 job, we're always trying to push the digital solution. We're trying to get people, the whole world, acclimated into using the AI chat for assistance instead of getting a real representative on the phone. Y'all, it's coming. I might be old when it really happens, but it's coming. I might not be old when it, so we don't know, right? So we gotta learn some things, change some things, do some things. You know, and I'm very excited. I see a big bird just landing in that tree. I can't tell if it's an eagle or what. But that's a bigger bird than what's around right now. I hope he ain't looking at this little bird here, because that's what will happen. Big fish eats the little fish. Big bird eats the little bird. Y'all, I don't know, but the plants in the trees is blooming. So I'm excited. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for sure. Y'all just continue to grow. Don't give up. Just continue to walk the path. Seek the Most High for your assistance, and you shall be guided. You shall get your assistance. That's the oracle right there. That's coming from Spirit. I have not had no breakfast or nothing yet. Y'all, this is coming straight from Spirit. I'm totally cleansed today. I have not had nothing alter my state. That's why I'm talking like this, because I need something. I got to go make me some breakfast now, but I wanted to get this off in the spirit. I think that's probably why the orbs are shining too. I love y'all. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. I got some links in the description that's coming. Yeah, I got the whole plan situated. Just continue to follow me. We about to rock out. Candles is coming, the candle line. I got the candles ready to rock and roll. Candles. Personal readings. You can already find personal readings in my description on my Etsy shop. Personal readings. Egyptian Tarot personal reading on my Etsy shop. Got a few different options. Message me if I don't have an option that you like. Message me and let me know. We'll make sure you're accommodated. If you would like a personal reading, yeah, personal reading. I'll send it back to you in an email. Nice and easy. You know, but personal readings, the candles is coming. Y'all hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Let's send this thing on into the algorithm. I thank you all. I love you all. Until the next video, what do we say? We say peace, right? Because we mean it. Peace on earth, y'all. Peace.